How you do, cousins? It's Rusty here. If you're new to the channel, I'm a reseller. That just means I find things out there, I buy them, and then I try to resell them and make a couple extra bucks. And this is actually how I make a living. I sell on eBay and Mercari and Etsy and a bunch of different platforms. Today, I'm going to show you part of what I always have to do, which is once I sell something, I got to package it up and I got to ship it off. So I wanted to show you some of the things I just sold, talk about what I paid for them, where I got them, what I sold them for, and then I'll show you how I'm going to ship them. And I'll bring you into something I just started doing, which is buying my shipping directly from eBay because I get a discount. I had to buy a printer and I had to buy some labels. So there's some of that cost involved that I'm trying to make back. But I'd like to show you that process today. Maybe give you a couple of ideas on what to do if you're new to it, or maybe if you're looking to go from doing all of your own shipping to maybe purchasing the shipping through eBay. So come on in, guys, let's get started.
Oh, what did I buy and what did I sell? I'll share my secrets if you promise not to tell.
Howdy there, cousins. I'm going to go through a few things that we bought and sold this last week. I've got about 16 items or so that I got to ship off. About half of these are matchbooks from that giant matchbook lot that we bought about 2.5 weeks ago. Believe it or not, in about an 18-day span of time, we've done somewhere around $2,700 of sales, and that's less than 200 matchbooks. Why have they sold so well? Are all matchbooks that valuable? The answer is no. Some of them are, the ones that sold the best, the most, are the ones that are called feature matchbooks. I'm going to give you an example of a feature matchbook right here. So this is a small matchbook, right? It's the Russian Tea Room restaurant, the Casino Russe. And I'm not exactly sure where that is. But anyways, I was trying to give you an example of a feature matchbook is one in which the matches themselves have a picture on the matches. You see that? Really cool. This one happens to be what you'd call full and unstruck. That means none of the matches have been taken out of it, and it has not been struck across this little place right here where you would actually light the match. These are very popular, very collectible ones that are, in good condition and have never been used before. So the way I ship a matchbook that has no matches in it, just a cover, versus the ones that I have a match in, is different, and I'll get to that in just a moment. Okay, so first off, we do have a matchbook. I'm going to show you this. It's this one says, all expense cruise to Havana. And I know the lighting on the camera is kind of messing up. I apologize for that. But anyhow, it does have matches in it. So this is what we're going to do. I've got eBay set up right here. I'm going to show you. It's very simple. I find the item. It's the very first one. I've got them in order here. I click where it says Purchase Shipping Label. I just click on that button. You can kind of see from that angle that it's zooming in here. And then it pops up and it says, do I want, I can put in the weight. Nothing, when it's just one, it's literally 1 or 2 ounces. I always put about 2 to 3 ounces. The price is not different whether it's 1 or 3 ounces. The price is going to be the same. So, it's a one, I'm going to be putting it in a package. It's a 1 inch by 6 inch by 9 inch package. I'll show you that in a second. And it's already set for first class. Now, I was talking with a person at my local post office, and I told them I was going to be shipping a bunch of these things. When you ship a matchbook that has matches in it, it is potentially flammable. And guys, you may or may not be aware of this, but the U.S. Postal Service will ship things on commercial airlines. That's right. When you're on a plane flying from one place to another, it is possible, and likely in a lot of cases, that there is mail being shipped in the cargo hold of that plane that you're on. It's not just the luggage of you and the other fellow passengers, but they're shipping items. Because there are people on that plane, and because these are potentially flammable, you are not allowed to ship these internationally, and you are not allowed to ship these in an airplane. That means they have to be going ground transportation. Now, that's not true if it has no matches. If it's got no matches, it's just a piece of cardboard. It's not potentially flammable. But ones that have old matches, whether you think that they could light or not, they have to go ground transportation, surface transportation. So I've found what seems to be a little bit of a workaround, and I might get in trouble by sharing this because someone might find it, but you're not allowed or able to do surface transportation on eBay on buying it on online on yourself. So what I have done, and what I talked to a person at Postal Service about, is I bought these stickers, and you may or may not be able to see it, but it says, let's see if it'll zoom in there, surface transportation only. Let's see if I can get it to zoom right there on it. There you go. Surface transportation only. So what I do is I click to buy with U.S. Postal Service first class. I hit the purchase the shipping label. And then whenever it pulls out, I will, not only will I put the sticker for where I have purchased it, this shipping label, but I'm also going to put this sticker that says surface transportation. Let me click this here and show you how it works. All right, here we go. I've got this label pulled up right here. I only had to click once to select the label. Now I click one more time to print it, and my printer right here prints out the label for me. Beautiful. A little sticker, I just pull it off. I take this, I take my little package, which I'll show you in a moment. I just stick that little sticker on there. Boom. Now I'm going to take my little package here, my little matchbook. I like to put it in just like a little tiny clear plastic bag. You can find these on Amazon, you can find them on eBay. They're just a few cents a piece, especially if you buy them in a large group. I take that, I drop it down in my little light cardboard package here. Bloop, bloop. Pull off the seal, I seal it, I'm done, folks. Except, again, this has to go surface transportation. So, I'm going to take one of these little stickers here. I'm going to stick it right here on the top. And I'm done. It's that easy. I just found it, I clicked to buy postage, I selected the postage type I wanted first class, and then I stuck a surface transportation only sticker on this. Now, I can do one of two things at this point. I can take all of these to the post office, just drop them off. I don't have to wait in line, I just drop it off for them. That's real nice. Or I can get online on U.S. Postal Service website and I can schedule a pickup because I have multiple items. They'll come to my house or the warehouse here and they'll pick it up. So real super easy. So that's one. That's how you package a little matchbook. These little cardboard deals, I bought these on eBay. I bought about 500 at a time. They end up being about, I have to go back and look, 20-some cents a piece. These labels cost me 4 cents a piece. So let's say I'm about 30 cents in on the materials to package it, and well, let's throw a cent or two in there for the plastic baggie. So 32 cents, let's say. Not bad at all. And then I just bought postage from eBay. And eBay tells me that buying on eBay saved me $1.09. So if I had gone to the post office and stood in line, I would have paid $1.09 more for this exact same thing. It saved me $1.09. So I had to buy this sticker, these labels, and I got this sticker and a little plastic baggie. But even with the cost of all that, I saved $1.09. So I'm still ahead. 60-some cents. That's awesome. And, it does take time. I'll talk about this printer in a minute. It's a Rollo printer, and I buy these. There's no ink. It's just a thermal printer, they call it. So it just heats it up and puts that on it. About 4 cents a label. You buy 500 for about 20 bucks. Now, all these products that I'm talking about, folks, if you're interested to go check it out for yourself, I'm going to put links in the description to either eBay or Amazon on here so you can see exactly for yourself where to find them, what they look like, and you can decide. All right, let's get into the next thing here. All right, folks, let's speed that up. I'm not going to stand here and look at you. I'm just going to do it so you can see that one item, how long it takes to do everything from clicking on it, packaging it, getting the label on it, and that also automatically puts your tracking number in there. The only thing I have left to do is either drop it off at the post office or schedule a pickup. So here we go. All right, next item. I click on Purchase Label. While I'm clicking on that and waiting for it, I'm going to go ahead and put this little matchbook that I got down in my plastic baggie. Right there. Done. Now I'm going to click Continue to Shipping. It's on first class. I'm going to drop it in a little envelope here while that's loading. I'm going to seal it off. Pulls it up. I'm going to click print. Prints my label. I pull it off. Stick the label on. Take my surface transportation only sticker right here. Stick that on. And I'm done. It's that easy, folks. Next up, guys, are these compression socks. There's 3 different colors, black, blue, and yellow. These are some of the ones I got at the Goodwill, or not the Goodwill, it was like an Amazon Ben's return store. Everything was $2 a piece, so I paid $6 for this. And I only sold these for $10. So, you know, I went there as an experiment. It's not a good place to source, in my opinion. There's lots of stuff you can get, and $2 is not that much money, but it seems like nothing really sells for much more than that either online. So anyhow, got these. Because these are soft, it's clothing, I'm not worried about it getting damaged or bent or anything. I'm going to put this in something called a poly bag. First, though, in order to figure out the shipping for eBay here, I'm going to go ahead and weigh these. So I just use a tiny little scale like this that records in ounces and grams and stuff. So I set it to ounces. I'm going to set these on here and see what they're going to weigh here. 6.023 ounces. So I'm going to put 6 ounces in here. 6 ounces. Now, before I move on any further, I'm going to put this in a poly bag. This is what a poly bag is. It's just this plastic type bag. You can buy these on eBay or Amazon. And then it has a little seal thing here. You pull that off and then you kind of stick it in. I like to take it, I'll drop these in, get them as firm as I can together down at the bottom to reduce space like this. So now they're in the bottom here. I'm then going to fold this over on top of itself like this to make it about the size of what those are together. Then I'm going to take off the plastic here. I'll give them fingers on it. So I pull this off, and then I'm going to seal this up nice and tight around it. It depends on what it is and how close it is to the edge. Sometimes I'll take an extra piece of tape on there, but this I think is going to hold quite nicely. I don't need to do anything. So here we are. This is 6 ounces, and now I just need to know the dimensions. So I got myself just a little bit of a little tape measure here. I'm going to go ahead and measure this. So we're going to call this, if I push it together, roughly 7 inches by 3 inches. 7 by 3 by 4. So I'm going to plug that into the dimensions here in eBay. 7 by 3 by 4. Okay, so how much is a package that goes is 6 ounces, 7 by 3 by 4. First class is going to be $3.85. So what I'm going to do is continue on. I'm going to click that. It's going to pull up my printer option. So I'm going to print this off. Click print. Here it comes. You can hear it. Here's my label. Pull it off. And it's got a nice little flat spot there, so it's real easy for this label. I'm just going to stick her right on there. And the good thing about it too is that it has my return address on it as well. So I don't have to put labels for my return address anymore. Isn't that nice? It saves me the cost of the labels. It saves me the time putting the labels on it. It saves me time standing in line at the post office. And it saves me an entire trip to the post office if I just want to schedule someone coming in and getting it. So, pretty awesome. That's how you use a poly bag. Next thing up that I sold is a nose flute. A what? A nose flute. You put it to your nose and you play it. Never seen such a crazy thing in my whole life, but here it is. Authentic bamboo wind instrument of old Hawaii. That's pretty awesome. So anyhow, I found this at a thrift store. I think I paid $1 for it, and I just sold it for $16. But you know what? It's a little bit late. I missed it by a day, so I'm technically late on shipping it. So instead of sending it first class like I would normally do, I'm going to actually send it with a priority package so it gets there within the next, couple of days. So I've got a bunch of these. You can go on the U.S. Postal website, and they've got a ton of different free boxes, mailers, bubble mailers, and all that kind of stuff. Now, I say free. Obviously, whenever you're shipping something in this, you have to ship it in at priority mail, which is more expensive than your typical first class or slower mail. This is about $8. It's a flat rate shipping envelope. It's about 9.5 inches by 12 inches by, you know, whatever the width is when you put something in it. But for these objects that are just odd shaped, odd sizes, they're not square, it's long. You know, some people have little tubes. You can get those, or little triangular fold-up boxes. I don't have any of this size, small, so I'm just going to drop it in here. It's real easy. Because it's padded, I don't have to do anything to it. I just drop it in. I just pull this off. It is now sealed, super easy. There's even a spot where I can put the label up here, so I'm going to click print. My label prints in literally 2 seconds. I'm going to snap her off here, and then I'm going to undo it, drop that sucker on, and she's done. Here's something else I sold. It is a black and white photograph of a couple. Put it up here. Walking down the path here. On the front of it, though, it says Treasure Island, San Francisco, California, 1939. So there was, you know, World's Fair Exposition thing there in 1939, and this is a couple who is there. In the background, you can see a Chinese pagoda and some other things that they have that they've built and constructed for this exact event. I got this in a bunch of other postcards and other things, as well as a scrapbook of a couple, I guess this couple, who were going on vacation. They took a road trip across the country. They went to lots of national parks and stuff, and got souvenir postcards and photographs and stuff all along the way. They saved their tickets from where they parked. They saved, you know, menus from places they ate at, all this kind of cool stuff. Anyhow, I sold this. I'm just since into this because I bought a package, like I said, a bunch of stuff. And it sold for $12, but with something that's less than $20 and is so small and easy like this, I don't buy postage. I just put it in a little mailer and I put a stamp on it, because something this small and light doesn't need more than a 55-cent stamp. So just like I had these larger size, pull this out, cardboard deals that I was using for the matchbooks, something like this, it's roughly 6 inches by 9 inches. I have another size that's smaller, and this one, it's not super tough, but it's kind of hard. It gives some support, but this is not allowed to go through and won't go through the mail sorting machine where they feed it through, right? So you have to send this as a parcel package. Not the case for this. It's a little bit stronger than a regular envelope, so it does offer some support from bending and creasing, but it does go through the machine, which means you can just put your own stamps and things on it. I buy these again at large lots. I think I bought the last lot on eBay. So it also has a self-sealing deal there, so I just put it in one of these little plastic deals. This is for sports cards, photographs, postcards, stuff. You can buy these by the 1,000 and they're like a cent a piece or something like that. And then these come out to be about 3 cents a piece when I buy them in bulk, 500 to 1,000 at a time. So I just take this, I slide it into here, I seal that up. Then all I have left to do is put a stamp on it. Another trick of the trade, folks, is to buy postage stamps. If you have items like photographs, paper goods, documents, stuff that's small, that's easy, that can run through a sorting machine, that you don't need to go and buy postage online or go to the post office, I highly recommend that you go and you buy from eBay or a place, or some online place, rolls of stamps. If you buy them in a large enough group, you can get them a lot cheaper. So if you go to the post office right now, I think it's 55 or 56 cents for one forever stamp. I buy mine in bulk, 400, 500 at a time, and I get it down to somewhere between 36 and 38 cents a stamp. That's right. So I'm saving money by buying postage not at the post office, which is really bizarre. So I highly recommend you do that. If you've never heard of that, take a look. You can see there's a variety of prices, but just find out the quantity, divide it by the price, and figure out how much it is per stamp, so you know exactly how much you're saving. So something like this, I just take one stamp, I stick it up here in the top, and I'm done. All I have to do at this point is, of course, I do need to put my return label on it, and I would hand write out this person's address. I don't mind doing it. I don't have to do it that often, but it saved me. This is only 38 cents now. If I were to send this in a parcel, it would be $3 or something like that as a first class. So I am taking a little bit of a risk by doing this. what I mean by that is I don't have a tracking number. By doing it this way, I cannot provide a tracking number. I just say it's been shipped. If they say, hey, where's the tracking number? I have to say, I just sent it regular mail. Now, if they're an honest person, when they get it, everything's going to be fine. But there is always a chance that someone would say, hey, I never received this. Can you verify the tracking number? Well, I can't verify it. So they could say, I never received it. I want my money back. I take these risks sometimes on items that are this cheap because I'm saving money. I'm saving $3 potentially by doing it this way. There is the off chance that they're going to want their money back, in which case I have to do a refund. I've just personally decided that for items under $20, I'm willing to take this risk on because more often than not, everything's fine and I save money in the long run. You should check it out. Next up, guys, I've got this little bunny rabbit. It's made out of pewter. It was something that was like a cast metal item. And I basically have nothing into this. I bought this in a bag of a bunch of miniatures. It was probably 150 to 200 items in it, and I still have several of those left, but the ones that I've sold have beyond paid back my cost on it. I've made profit already, so there's not really any cost of goods on this, it's just money. So I sold it for $10. It's not a lot of money, but I mean, not bad, right? So what do I do with little things like this? Well, it doesn't weigh much. It's easy. I just put them in one of these tiny little bubble mailers. I could put one of the cardboard ones too. It really doesn't matter. The price is going to be the same either way. So it's just a matter of what do I have more of. I have more of these right now, so I'm just going to use this. I can buy these in groups. You can buy them at Walmart, places like that, for like around 8 to 10 at a time, but they're about $5 a piece. So you're in, 40 to 50 cents a piece. You can get them cheaper than that. Again, if you buy things in bulk, you get it cheaper. Whenever I buy things in bulk to resell, I make more money because my price per piece is significantly lower than if I buy things individually. So I just take something like this. It's already a bubble mailer. It's already padded. I don't have to do anything. Just drop it in. I seal it up. Click the button again. I want to purchase this. First class, which is going to be $3.06. It's going to pull up the deal. I'm going to print it. I'm going to tell you how much money I save by doing it this way. Here we go. Print that label, please. Print. Okay. I'm going to spit her out. Okay, now eBay tells me I saved $1.09. So, I stick this on. It's done. Because this is new to me, I'm trying to track how long it takes to make my money back on the printer. It cost me about $190 for the Rollo printer. I'll show that to you in a moment. I bought 500 labels for $20, so now I'm in $210. Plus, I bought a little stand. And here's a little secret. You don't need the stand. Unless you're buying the labels in a roll that are larger, you might need the stand for that because it holds them and lets them roll off. But I bought the ones that just sit in a stack. They could just sit on the table. So I paid about $15, $18 for that I didn't really need. So about let's just call it $210 in with the printer and the labels. If I'm saving between 95 cents and $1.09, and sometimes more than that, if it's a larger item, sometimes I save more. But let's just say it's $1. Every single time I use one of these labels, I'm saving $1. And I have 500 labels. So before I'm even halfway through my set of labels, I will have made in savings enough to cover the cost of the printer itself. And then by the time I'm done with this roll, I've saved around $300 on shipping. And that's more than enough then to turn around and pay another $20 for another 500 labels and so on. So I've been reading reviews on these Rollo printers where people are saying, I've had this thing for 4 years. I've probably put 30,000 labels through it and it's still going strong. This thermal printer does not need ink. So all you need to do is buy the labels. It comes out to about 3 to 4 cents per label. Really easy. I highly recommend it. Next item up is this really interesting little sculpture of a cat. If you can see that right there. But it is welded and made out of a pair of pliers there. Look at that. So it's got a tail on it, there's the pliers, and it makes the little tongue go down. Anyhow, I paid $1 for this at a local thrift store. I sold it for $12. How do I ship it? Well, there's lots of ways I could. I could have put it in a box or a package. I don't really have one that's this small. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put it in one of these poly bags. The reason I'm going to put it in this poly bag is to wrap it up tightly to kind of give it a little bit of something that's strong to kind of keep it from poking, because it's got a few little pokey parts on it. that I don't want it poking through the package I'm going to put it in. I'm not putting this in a box. I'm going to put this in a little bubble mailer, as a matter of fact. It'll add some cushion. I wouldn't want to put it just in the bubble mailer by itself, because if I did that, some of these little pokey parts might pop through the package, and I don't want somebody getting something that looks like that. So here we are. I've wrapped it up in this little poly bag. I've sealed it. Then I'm going to take a medium-sized bubble mailer. So I've got a couple of different sizes here. I've got one like this and one like that. This is the smaller size I use for matchbooks and really tiny items like costume jewelry, stuff like that. And the medium-sized ones for a variety of other stuff like this. So I'm just going to open her up. I'm going to slide it in, down into here. It fits fine. I'm not really worried as much about that poking through anymore, though it could. But stuck it in there, and that's how I'm going to package that one. Now all I have to do is click the buttons, get the shipping done, and move on to the next. Next up are these little Zuru Surprise toys. I bought these at a Ross not long ago. I bought quite a few of them, and I'm selling them in lots of 2. You know, they cost me about $6 a piece, and I'm selling them for roughly $20 in a pair. That's not a whole lot of money, and usually I don't do stuff with such a small return, but I was able to get several of them, so once they all sell, that'll be a pretty decent return. I'm just going to use something that's roughly a 6x6x6 box. And so what I'll do, nothing real complicated here, I'm just going to take some of these little sheets of paper. You can buy these in rolls. They're really good for packaging items. If you have things like ceramics and stuff that you need to wrap multiple times to fit in, this is awesome. It's quite a bit cheaper than bubble wrap. You can buy it at places like Walmart, retail stores nearby you, or you can buy it online. I buy it in like rolls, and it's very cheap. I mean, less than like fractions of cents per piece. So I just wad up one of these, I drop it in the bottom. I take these two, I fit them in here together. Then I take the second one, I drop it down in there, and then I'm just going to seal the top. That's easy. So stuff like that fits in standard box sizes. Just get boxes as cheaply as you can. You can get them at Lowe's, you can get like home goods stores, things like that, or online. Nothing special about that, but that's going to be one of the things I ship out. Last one I'm going to ship out today is a pair of shoes. You can't tell, but these are Gary Payton Nike Zoom shoes here, Nike Air. And what I like to do with shoes is I always ship them priority. US Postal Service has these really nifty boxes. They call them shoe boxes. And this is what they look like, guys. And they're perfect for shoes. So what I do is I just tape one end. I take some of this paper again. I just take one piece. I drop it in the bottom. I take some plastic wrap like this that you would wrap up items if you were going to, say, be moving from one place to another or something. You can buy these online or places like Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, places like that, Target. They've got this stuff. But it's just plastic wrap. You just use it with your hand. You wrap it around. I've wrapped these, so I just drop them down in here. Okay. Right inside. They fit perfectly down inside. And then on the top of this, I put one more piece of this paper that cost me about, 1/4 cent, and then I fold her up, and she's done. And because it's a standard size that the Postal Service has made, it's very easy to find it on eBay, and I can just do that. These usually run me somewhere between $12 and $15. So standard is around $13 or $14. I'm on the East Coast, and so inevitably somebody from California or Washington buys these, so I have to pay more to get them out there. But I do calculated shipping, so they've paid for it already. So guys, we've covered a lot today. Lots of different types of packages, different types of items. Hopefully you learned something here. If you like this kind of stuff, let me know. Definitely subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell icon so you'll be notified. We're putting more stuff out like this all the time. If you have questions about how to ship a particular item, I'd be happy to try to answer that the best I can. Or if you have some experience stuff you want to share with us, please do. We're always trying to learn as well. This is Rusty. I'm going to get back to it. Peaches is over on the other side of the warehouse hollering at me, so I got to get over there and see what he needs. But you guys take care now.
Rusty, 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 how